Hey everyone, we're back, and as you see, we're just showing you the box, and now we've got him out. So yeah, let's go over the piece, see what we think. So first thing I see, I mean, he's a big old beast. He's 1/3 scale, probably about 30 inches or so. Which what's that? You got it there. So yeah, 30 inches is about
76 centimeters.
So about 75, 76 centimeters. And again, I mean, he's got the lighter base, whatever else. So we'll start down low, and we'll go around the outside of the base. Smile, man.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
It's shit. I really think. I mean, I'm really disappointed. After what I've seen the Bane today, I've seen Ray Perez's Goku. I pulled this thing out of the box. I would have put it back and throw it in the street.
Didn't your mama say like?
If it's nothing good to say, don't say something. I know this is
like in school.
Sure. For me, I think when you've got, I mean, there is literally no differentiating colour in this base. The whole base is been whitewashed, sprayed grey. There's no shading. There's nothing. It's like shit.
And then it's the same kind of grey as these rocks are on the top.
I like the old translucent sort of thing. It looks like a custard fucking guy, like marmalade.
It looks like the middle of a fucking.
It does look like it looks like marmalade.
What's it though?
Jammy Dodger.
No, dickhead. The orange ones.
I don't know.
The ones where it's got like the sponge,
the
orange, and then the chocolate.
Yeah.
What's that? What they called?
No idea. I think
you know what I'm talking about. I'm not mad.
Yeah, you're not crazy now.
Right.
I can't tell you. Like, I saw the prototype, and this is nothing like the prototype base. This is fucking terrible. I mean, this is absolutely terrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we're going to show it lit up anyway, when you do light it up, you can see more of the kind of flaws for the paint as well.
I just can't believe that they didn't put any sort of edging paint around some of this, some different colours, and maybe a little bit of shading, some breaking up here, some blacks, and some whites. What the fuck? It's just like, it's the most laziest shit I've ever seen. Honest to God, I can't believe this got out. I would just, if I was QCing, I'd be like, there's no colours here. Yeah. There's no 3D, because this is all sculpted. All of this base, all the skulls and the bones, is sculpted lovely on. All it needs is like some paints, and it could actually really look good.
It just needs some, what it would need as well is like just some, not dust, but just some like
some 3D in
just
that.
to add it.
Yeah, just a bit of 3D. Bring it away from the sculpt is there. It's just they've just like whitewashed it grey, like one colour, sprayed it, and then thrown it out the door. Really, I mean, for how long? How long was this waiting for this?
Well, the problem with this as well is I ordered this a long time ago. I literally received this a couple of weeks ago, and I probably ordered it close to 2 years, 8-9 months ago.
2 years, 8-9 months.
2 years and 8-9 months ago.
So nearly 3 years.
Nearly 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the problem with this is it was just constantly delayed. I actually tried to cancel. And,
if I remember right, the money on this is actually pretty good though, isn't it? The retail on this isn't horrendous.
I think it was $500.
$500 is not.
But I think when it was $500, but I paid in full, so I got a discount. And then it just, I mean, as I say, I actually was close to cancelling several times. PCS customer service is not very good at all. They're a bit rude, and they just don't really, as a customer, if you're looking at a product and it says this product is going to be released, I don't know what it said, let's just say November. This came out in November 2015, I think. If it said then it comes out in December 2016 and it's still not here in, July 2017, I think you should be able to get a refund of your non-refundable deposit because you're not very happy and they're not delivering their side. But they, kind of didn't really stick to that, and they were quite rude in their emails. But anyway, it's turned out.
Story for another time.
So
the thing is that if you're going to wait that long though, it's okay if the piece comes and it's great.
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't even got above this yet.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this.
This should be.
Let's do this, right? Push down on the base. Now pick up the bass.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Play that like a bongo drum. How light is that bass?
It's probably under 2 kilos.
I'd say less than that. That is probably the lightest bass ever. Now put it down. Yeah, don't do that because if it hits,
it'll smash into 1,000 pieces.
Now put it down. Right, now put it down. Now touch that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So basically, the bass on this.
Wow, that's dangerous.
The bass on this is super light. I mean, we can weigh it in the end.
That is dangerous for a statue.
It's
Why
really
does it
light
just fall through it?
and it's super hollow. And then the figure is really heavy.
Really
so
weight. This is like solid. This is.
Over time, there is going to be that kind of problem, I think. Which one's the peg?
Peg is this leg, isn't it? You okay? Yeah. Dude, that's going to sink, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's going to sink or lean, that's
sink.
going to snap.
And there have been some Sub-Zeros that have.
Wow, I'm well surprised by that.
Yeah, so working your way up, and then you got the boots.
The boots are done nice, got a nice mixed
The
media.
boots have got like
straps,
kind of those ninja boots where, you know, they're kind of like
Ninja Vanish.
like a gloss. They've got nice mixed media on the back, on the buckles and the straps.
Yeah.
And you got the kind of the start of the blood splatter on the shin guards. I actually don't think that's done too badly.
Yeah,
the
it's nice.
shin guards have
Yeah,
done
it's nice.
all right.
Boots are nice one.
And also one of the complaints about the quarter scale piece was the material never matched the guards.
Yes.
I think they've done a lot better this time around.
Yeah, it's
I think
closer,
that
much
actually
closer.
matches really well.
Yeah, it does actually. It is.
I think then as you work your way up, the kind of clothing is, I mean, the thing about it is what it is. I mean, it's like a gi, like not a gi, but it's kind of like a ninja outfit. So
yeah, it's like a fabric.
it's going to be like a plain, dull
That's
black fabric.
right. It wouldn't be tailored, did it? It wouldn't look like he's going dancing.
Yeah,
would it? No.
it does the job for what it is.
I'm all that.
I don't know. I don't see a problem with that.
No.
And then if you kind of touch underneath, it's quite lazy. And if you feel on the arse there at the back of the thigh,
Oh, there's a huge gap running through that.
there's like
What
a
is that?
big gash, which is probably where the wire runs.
Oh, okay.
And then is on the other side?
No.
So this must be where the wire runs. Is on his
There's a
right
huge
leg.
cut.
There's
into
like
the piece.
a big gash in the back.
Yeah. You can't see it.
You can't
but
see
you can
it.
feel it. You know it's there.
But then, like, I was actually trying to feel the sculpt underneath. I wouldn't really say there's. You can feel a bit of the thigh there and the knee.
It's
But
padded though.
again,
That's padding.
It's got a load of padding.
It's padding. It's
So-
not sculpt. It's padding.
Potentially.
I love the chain in the hands, man. I like the chain. It's my actually favourite and only piece of this piece that I like is actually the chain. Believe it or not, I know people are talking about the material, and Alex can go on to this material if it's different from the prototype and all this jazz. But the sculpt on the body is shit. That's the only word for it. His triceps are flatter than the back of my fucking kitchen sink. It's like borderline. This is not. We saw recently the Akuma and 1/3. And that's fucking crazy. That's like amazing next level stuff.
We actually went because I saw this. These arrived just before we saw the Akuma, and basically when I saw the Akuma, I was kind of blown away. They did a really good job on
It's
the
exceptional
Akuma,
job on that piece.
but they really dropped the ball on this.
I mean,
I'll tell you what I do like as well.
Right.
Sorry, just looking at them, I like the forearm guards.
Yeah, they're really good.
I think the forearm guards have done really well.
But
I think they're painted very good.
Yeah, but there's no the hands. I mean, is that just me? The hands like detailing. The
Well,
nails are pretty good.
I'll tell you what is, but then
this is quite not very clear.
well, the bits where the chain is a bit weird, don't know, because you could kind of see all the glue.
Yeah,
You could kind of see where it's held in.
yeah.
And
I just think there's not very like the fingers are not
Yeah,
very
it's not
separate.
separated.
They're quite
Yeah.
clubbed. You know, the forearm guards look great, and that's done really well.
Mm.
But I'm surprised because they're so good at sculpting. The sculpt on this, it's just not the standard of PCS. I don't know what's happened.
yeah,
I mean, under his body in here, there's where the gap is. It's nothing.
he's not really.
There's no. Where's the ribs? Where's the serratus? Where's the obliques? Where's the chest? Where
I mean, the thing
cuts
is,
in.
I mean, say what you want about Jerry and for his social media approach, but his sculpting is normally there. His sculpting's normally
Very
good.
it's up there with the best.
When you look at his anatomy, he does a really good job.
Cracking
on anatomy.
job.
I mean, like if
Exceptional
you
job.
look at the side, the sag out he's working on at the moment is really good. But the muscles here are they just look really soft.
Oh.
It just looks like he's holding a lot of water. It could even be.
It's creatined up, man.
Do you know what it could even be? I mean, it could even be that the factory have gone very heavy on the paint, and it's kind of hidden a lot of the details.
Maybe, but the fact that I look down the camera and you see his chest and his side, there's nothing. There's no body going on under there. It just looks awful.
And then, well, going back onto the media, I don't think that this is that terrible. You know, people are complaining about this quilting. I don't know, maybe because this is an AP. You know, the weathering, the discoloration. It looks like Jerry cut his finger while he signed. You know, because he's got to sign these ones. He's cut his finger out there out of spite and put his blood all over it. It looks like it's real blood.
It does.
And I do think it looks good.
It does.
The only thing I don't like is that as I say, the shin guards match that quite nicely, but I don't like the sash in the middle. I think the sash in the middle, the colour, it doesn't match very much. It's a lot more dirt on that. It looks like.
I don't like the back of it either.
It looks like Jerry kind of, you know, polished his Ferrari windscreen with that one. You know. And then also,
I don't, you know, for
on
me,
the back, the Velcro bits, it's just a bit weak.
For me, it's you know, the street. Listen, that Akuma is fucking class.
You can take all this
it
off.
really looks, it really looks class.
You
but
can
I
take
mean,
all this off
this
if
is
you
really.
want to. Actually, I didn't even know you could do that. So you can take all this off.
I mean,
you
look
can
at that.
see. Actually, does this all? Oh wow, this even all comes off. Like that, so
He's got no body.
yeah, he's got a bit of a gut.
Yeah, but he's got no body going on under. I mean, like in the sides here.
It's the first time.
I mean, look at this. Look at that down the side. He's got no sculpt, no details.
Well, that's raised.
There's just no details on it. It's just like the parts you can see that I expect to actually be finished to just have been left.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, for something that's taken 3 years, this is fucking unacceptable. Do you not think, or is it just me?
No, I think the standard is quite low. I mean, we'll get on to that when we do the comparison, really. I'm going to have to adjust all this now. I shouldn't have taken all off, really.
Yeah, but it's good to show people.
I didn't even know you could do that until just now.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If I put the shit in a box anyway.
All right, so and then you work your way up.
Do you know, the head is nice. The face,
yeah.
the head is nice. The people talking about him having a long neck or a short neck, all that shit. But his face looks great, and this skull head as well that goes on there, that's great and all.
Yeah.
There's no problem with these.
So you got the.
That's really well done, really well painted, really well shaded. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So as I say, working your way up to the head. So again, media's done really well there. You could actually probably take that off and see the face if you really wanted to.
No,
but I'm not going to do
was
that.
wired.
And yeah, so.
And the teeth are done. They're all very accurate. It's
Do you
really
want to
nice.
swap heads?
Yeah, you can do it. It's your piece.
Oh God, I just sat down. So you take that off. Yeah, turn it over.
Weighty as well. It's nice. It's done well. Eyes are done really nice. Paint looks good. There's nothing wrong with this. No, nothing at all. You got to turn it a little bit, and then it goes in the hole. You got to make sure it like lines up perfect, because it's like there's not a lot of room for error in there. There you go. That's it.
So it goes in place, and then you can kind of tuck this up a bit more.
The skull looks really cool.
So
I like the skull a lot.
And you got the skull. I mean, this is the way I was displaying it in there. And you got the skull head there, and the eyes light up on the skull head.
Actually, I don't have a problem with this, or
no.
I like the chains and stuff like that. I think the sculpt is like really not pop culture shock standard. I think it's really. I wouldn't believe it was from the same company. If I was being honest.
I think there are elements. If you come round like here, if we did.
I'm just putting that under there because
If you like look here,
yeah,
you can see like on the elbow. You can see if you come round, you can start to see the bits on the forearm. You can start to see the sculpt here, and then it just kind of goes.
Yeah.
That vein as well. That vein is too big. What the fuck is that? This vein
Yeah,
here.
it's too
I
much.
mean,
It's massive. It's like
the
that.
forearm there again. It looks like there. I think. I think the factory's overpainted this. I think it's oversprayed. I think that a lot of the detail.
Well, it just proves it's ain't a fucking artist proof then, doesn't it?
Well, that's another conversation as well with.
Ain't no artist proof if that's how that looks, because
Yeah.
this should be the cleanest, the best that there is. If that's a true artist sculpt piece that's been painted by the artist, apparently.
Well, what happens with PCS for artist proofs is if you look on the box for this piece, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. I should probably walk over there and look. But if you look, this is 250
50.
edition size.
Yeah.
if you look on the actual box, it will say 327. And what it is they have then, they'll have 77 pieces, which will be for replacements. So if anyone gets a broken base, they'll send a full figure and you'll have to break it. And what will happen is, say for example, you'll get 30, maybe 40 breakages. What PCS then do is they will sell then the other 37 or 27, depending on how many I just said. I can't remember if I said 30 or 40 now.
40.
I said 40.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other 37 you'll be sent out as artist proofs, and they'll sell them as artist proofs. And I think that is quite a shady way of doing it.
Shady as fuck.
What artist proofs used to be was the ones that they used to paint up, send to the factories. The factories would, or the factories would send them back and say, look at this one. Jerry will paint it up, send it back. And there would be a uniqueness about it. Now it is just a replacement piece that's excess. That's all it is now. So the artist proof doesn't.
Well, this looks like
what
that.
it used to be.
Because this, I agree with you. I think this is slapped on. This paint looks like it's been slapped on.
One of the things I do like, but it does look like these are a couple of millimeters bigger than usual because this don't fit my frame anymore. These are the sort of 6x4
they're wicked
cards, and I think that this is one of the best things about PCS, other than sometimes they're Sculpt, but this is one of the best kind of accessories they do. And I think that when you see like Street Fighter collectors pieces, and then they have all these cards displayed next to them, I think that's a really, really nice touch. And it's a cheap touch as well. I think
don't cost a lot, but it makes people a lot happy. You get these instructions with it as well.
You get the instructions. So what we'll do is I'll just plug this in. Okay, so what we do is we'll just plug it in, and then there's a button on the other side. So this is the kind of typical Sideshow use these same plugs, and they always use really, really short cables, which it's literally got like a meter wire for it, and they do it. Sideshow do it. Everyone does it. It's really, really frustrating.
You can't put it in your display, can you?
Well, no.
If it's a meter, where you meant to plug it in?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, that's so you turn it on. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but what we'll do is
pictures of that.
Should we go freehand or not bother?
Go if you want. Grab your camera and go.
Oh, you should be able to see the eyes as well. Yeah. So the eyes. What we do is.
Let's have a look at them myself. Yeah, they look cool. Eyes look good. Yeah.
Alright, turn it back.
Yeah, eyes look good.
Alright, so you can see the eyes, and what I'll do is I will just pick him up because I want to see the base.
Yeah.
So there's the base on there. Funny enough, on camera, it looks really nice.
Yeah, but
and
can
the
you pick
detail.
that up? Are you getting that bit where you can see all the white coming through the edges?
No, problem is on camera, because of the brightness, it looks like lava, and it looks pretty good.
It's not. It's white coming on here, and you can see all bubbles in it, and you can see through it. You can almost see through into the actual where the mechanics are through the damn base.
Turn back to the eyes.
Eyes are great. Eyes really look nice with the black sort of more.
Yeah.
Eyes look really nice.
Eyes are fantastic.
Eyes are really nice.
The skull head is definitely the best part about it.
Skull head.
George says the chain, but I say the skull head.
The chain and the skull head is the parts I like. I really think this base is fucking half-assed. I expect so much better than this. This is not competing with today's standards of release. It's just not.
And I don't know whether if you turn back to that bit with the bubbles. Sorry, just moving to turn the lights on. You can't. Again, it's because of the light there. It's here. It's like really sloppy like there, but it just does not
and
really.
And in the back all here.
It just doesn't really come out on camera very well. On camera, it just makes us look like we're full of shit and we're bashing them for no reason.
Listen, at the end of the day, if the Street Fighter piece was in front of me, if the Akuma was here, you'd get a different review.
Yeah.
Because that piece is absolutely exceptional. That really looked special. Sculpt was there, paint was there, mixed media was there. Base looked much better in person than in pictures. That's a 10/10 review. This is, I'm sorry, this is just not good enough. It's not,
All right. So what we do is this is why I am actually really interested.
The other ninjas are much better.
What ones?
They're like the littler ones.
Oh, little.
The 1/4 ones. They're better.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll weigh them.
This, like, you want this off and apart, yeah?
Yeah, just
So that off. Right, do you want to take the whole piece? You want to just
I'll take the whole piece and then I'll do the base separately.
Alright. The figure's well solid.
So this is going to be, I'll probably have a good weight to it anyway. So weight wise, this is 21 pounds, which is 9.5
6 kilos less than Bane.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it's a different type of figure.
Yeah.
So basically, so that's 9.5.
I bet you 7 of that, 7.5 of that is the bloody figure.
I reckon maybe more.
Yeah, it might be.
So we take. Can you take it off?
Yeah. Hold the base and I'll pull the figure out. Got it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, so 9.5.
Yep.
And then out of that 9.5 kilos, is that kilos?
Yeah.
2.2 kilos.
Yeah. Is
the base.
Yeah.
Which is 4.9 pounds. That sounds like a lot when you say 2.2 kilos, but for this size, and as I say, it sounds like a bongo drum.
It's hollow as fuck. All the mechanics in it, all the wires are in it. That's why I don't like light ups that run through the whole statue and run through the base, because that's what you get.
Yeah.
But this figure then is.
Well, the figure is 7.3 kilos.
Huh?
7.3 kilos.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got to line it in, yeah. Got to make sure it's lined up out there.
What we'll do is,
so
what we'll do then is we'll grab Sub-Zero and we will do a little comparison.
Okay, so like Alex was saying, we're back now. We've got a Sub-Zero out, and I have to say, for me, there's like I think Sub-Zero is by far and away the better piece of the two. It's just my opinion, but I really do. I actually can see much more of the sculpt on this Sub-Zero, and you know there's a lot more work that's gone into the base, and I really like the snowball actually looks a lot better in person. It looks much better than I've seen photos of it. It really does look decent. And the skull, the spine thing with the skull was exceptional. Yeah. Really well done.
Do you think it's a bit big? Or do you think it's about? Do you think it's the same size as his head? I think it's a bit bigger than his head.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. But you don't know whose skull he's holding. Maybe he's got fucking Goro's skull in his hand.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a bigger sort of dude, a bigger character.
But I do think that is the way to go. I mean, the skull head, I mean, I know a lot of people have said that it's a bit too gruesome.
Yeah.
And that's why they've got the option to change it over.
Yeah.
But if you kind of compare the two bases,
night and day.
You know, well, it's meant to be different, isn't it? It's meant to be fire and ice, but
yeah.
I think the Sub-Zero base is better, but I do think the paint of the blood is really, really lazy. There's no like, if there was blood in snow, it would kind of be bleeding into it, and it would kind of be fading.
Yes, yes.
It'd be fading off.
Yes, sir.
And this is just okay. Let's just add some fucking red blood on there. And then also you would also have accumulation of drips on the actual skull here, where it's dripping down. Yeah. And you probably have some. You need to have some more on his boots. There's some on the side here, but not really, and a bit there. But there's not really like more on the top. But as the comparison goes, George made a very good point about the Sub-Zero actually looks like he's got more kind of colour to him. Yeah. And then the Scorpion from these two, from these two in front of us, the Scorpion looks paler, which it shouldn't really be. I mean, I think Scorpion's dead, but like deadish. He's dead, isn't he? Yeah. So maybe he should be pale, but he's ice, so he should be.
I can just see already, just looking at it, I can see the far superior sculpt of the muscle and the body is on the Sub-Zero. Yeah. I can see it from here. I can see the muscles. I can see the work, and I don't. Maybe you're right. Maybe the factory has absolutely stacked this, but it's Scorpion is a weak sculpt. Yeah. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look like PCS at all. Doesn't say Jerry. That actually looks much better, and I think the Sub-Zero is better. I still think if I had to break it down individually, I think the base is still quite weak. Yeah. I think the execution of it is weak, but compared to this, it's like.
Well, yeah, because I mean, on the Sub-Zero, you do have the collection of kind of frost on the top of the bricks. Yeah. So it does have that separation. Yes. It adds that more depth. It breaks it up, which is what this is lacking. Yeah.
But I really think this is by far the superior of the two versions. Let's measure so that we can see what we're saying. I'll go here. Okay, so yeah, you're right. It's around about 29.5, 30. I'd say 30 inches is a safe bet. So you're talking about 76 centimeters. Sub-Zero probably a little bit, yeah, about the same.
Yeah,
about the same. Yeah, and then depth-wise, point at the base, you're talking about 11.5 inches. So 30 centimeters, and you're gold. The same for this, I would imagine. There's a little bit of a stick out going on there. This is a little bit bigger, maybe about 31, 32 centimeters.
yeah,
but
just where you got the accumulation of the kind of like snow at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then width, you want to go out to
probably to his hand,
to
skull, which I'd say is about 13, maybe 13 inches, which is
well,
34 centimeters.
These fit really nice on in a detail if you take out one of the shelves and you have.
This is less, about 12.5. This 32, 32 centimeters, 34 centimeters in width, maybe.
I'd say they fit perfectly in details.
Oh yeah, they go great.
They probably look better in the details because you can't see them as much. So yeah, let us know what you think, guys. Let us know if we are totally wrong. And
well, we ain't totally wrong.
Well, let us know if you think we're totally wrong.
The people that would say that have the fucking piece. I'm telling you that. Well,
this
this one is bad. This one is really bad.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero, I think, comes in and actually shows what could have been a little bit more. I mean, it's still not perfect, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Bye bye. Excelsior.
Excelsior. How lazy is that fucking sculpt? I mean, he ain't got any triceps. Smooth like a fucking back of my bathroom fucking sink. Shit thing.
Yeah, but the buckles are nice. And they're mixed media.
Are they? Yeah, shit. I think this whole piece is shit. I'm gonna have to try.
Just be negative, aren't you?
I just think it's shit. I think it's
Really
real shit.
negative. Just need to fucking take a positive pill and smile, motherfucker. Take some value. Right. Alright, and we're back, and we're basically, as we were saying, we were unboxing the Scorpion by Pop Culture Shock. This is 1/3 scale, and he's huge. He's probably about 30 inches tall, and he's mixed media. Yeah, we will measure. Mixed media, light up base, chain, fabric.
What is this shit you're doing? Is this meant to be? What is this
What do you mean?
that you're doing now?
I don't know, I was giving a little summary rundown.
I don't know why. Just start the fucking shit and start the base and let's start this shit
I
properly.
panicked, man.
I don't know what the fuck that was. It's just, like you just like do the summary and then that's it. Cut and finish. You want to keep me quiet so I don't talk about it. That's what this is. You go for it. Go bye.
You gotta sell this shit, man. Come on. It's gonna be like Luke
Help
Kang.
a brother out.
It's gonna be like Luke Kang. I'm not
This is
gonna
like one thing. Where he's called over the place.
Can't post
Bye. Stop.
can't post it for a year like Luke Kang.
Go again, that's fucking gold. Base is good, McVitie's fine, bye, later.
Stop
Oh, you're right, master. You know what I mean? Go stop this shit.
Fucking looking at me like you fucking had some kind of seizure there.
There's no way.